Capricorns, happy October, happy Halloween. We are in your October monthly tarot reading. So this is for Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus, Capricorns, or cross-watchers. So take what resonates. I always say that and I feel like I'm not saying the right word, but take what resonates, leave what doesn't. You may want to take a look at your other sign readings, like your moon, rising, Venus, sun, because that may also, resonate with you more, or you might just get some good messages. So take a look at that. If you like the video, hit that like button and subscribe to join the Lyran Soul Tribe. If you resonate with me and are interested in a private reading, I do those. And you can schedule one on my website, which is in the description box below. I've kind of been explaining how my individual private readings work. It is very similar. They are done virtually, and I do like a combo of the cards and intuitive messages. I also, again, I consider myself, if you want to, I hate the word psychic, but it's kind of like clairvoyant, clairaudient, all those things. And also I am a medium, so I do pick up on, spirit guides, messages, past loved ones, whoever wants to come through, and it is for your highest good at that moment to connect with. If you want to do a reading and also are interested, in getting messages or guidance from a past loved one, we can do that in your reading. We'll discuss at the beginning what you're looking for. If you want to bring an object or something from that tie connected to that person, you can. I don't have to actually touch it. I can just see the object and it will just help kind of trigger that energy connection. And yeah, we can do anything, you're looking for. If you want to tap into love or career or work, we could do a general read that just, whatever is in your best and highest good to get information on. Also, if you're dealing with a specific situation and just need support, guidance, or information about that, we can do that as well. So just wanted to give a little overview of that before we dig into the reading. So let's get going, Capricorns. I got my Halloween cards out. Sorry about that. We got the Halloween Oracle, which is some great Halloween art on it. And then I have the Jack-o'-lantern Tarot that I'm using. If you like the cards and are interested in those. So let's see what is the base energy for October for you, Capricorn. So the first one out, Lady de los Muertos, acceptance and equality. Sagittarius got that card as well. And since I was gunning for this one, vampire, emotional intelligence, and werewolf, exploring wildness. So if you do have Sagittarius in your chart, I would take a look at that reading as well, because Sag got two of the three cards are the same. And I did shuffle the deck very well, so yeah, there's definitely, you're the fourth sign now video that I'm recording. There is a theme in October, and that definitely is, it's like the death card, this Muertos. There is this transition happening, this change. Something ending in October. Seems like for everybody. That's going to be different for obviously all of you, but that's happening for you as well, Capricorns. Definitely this like needing to release control, release this resistance to it, and allowing yourself to go through this change. If something's ending or something has to go out of your life, it's again this, this resistance, one, of it happening. Another thing here for you Capricorns with this Vampire card, emotional intelligence. This resistance to the emotions it's bringing up, triggering for you. There's a lot of emotions coming up, I feel, in October. And for you Capricorns, you are an earth sign. I would say for Capricorns as well, you're probably not the best when it comes to emotional territory, the emotional space. So you like to stay surface level, a lot of you. So this is really going to open up in kind of, it's almost like diving deep in your emotional body. And it's very uneasy for you, I'm picking up. But it's almost like you need to allow yourself to feel. And that's something you don't do because you're more of the thinker and the logic and like, okay, well, let's find a solution. What do we need to do? How do we figure this out in the external world? But you're never really thinking about if there's other people in this, it's like, how is this impacting? That's something you need to think about, not only for yourself, but how is this impacting people from an emotional standpoint? How are people feeling about this? And that's something I feel like you tend to overlook because you're just like, hey, it's almost you tend to do this on your own, like separately. Like if you are feeling a lot of deep things or going through some more negative emotions, you kind of you kind of think, well, I'm fine just, dealing with this by myself. I don't need to talk about it. I don't need people to support me. But that's the key here of intelligence, right? Is that we all need support, emotional support. And it's allowing yourself as well to get some sort of support or to lean on other people as well. So that's another key here in October because this, again, it's taking you to, I'm feeling territory that it's not your comfort zone. And the werewolf card is a lot to do with the innate wildness of our true soul, right? Because the wildness refers to we're all different, right? We're all unique. And our soul is, a facet of source. We are all connected, but then again, we are all individual and perfectly individual and multifaceted. And that's the wildness, right? And it's like we tend to, especially Capricorn, sometimes have a tendency to, again, what is the normal, in quotes, right? How do I, just focus on the doing instead of the being? And let's just think of what do we need to do to figure this out in the external world? And it's like, I think people are really being called in October to reconnect back to your true, authentic self and allow that uniqueness to come out. And it's not going to be like from a process that you go from A to Z in a very direct line with steps and like knowing what's going to happen. And that is going to, Capricorn, bring you guys into, again, this uncomfortability. But this is a learning process, and it's going to be something that's going to help you in the future because the energies happening in the current environment of what we call this reality is really breaking us free from these things that have really almost tied us too hardcore into the physical reality. And also to this, if you want to call it this matrix, or has really tied us into this narrative or storyline of what life needs to look like. How are things, again, what are the traditional methods? What are our structures? What are our organizations? And that's you, Capricorn. And how can we transform into a new version that works better for us and everybody? And, Pluto just went into Capricorn for the last time in the end of September. So you probably really felt that, Capricorn. And now, as it's transitioning out, it's never going to go back, and Pluto will never be in Capricorn again in our lifetime. So this is a big kind of a big ending, a closure. And that's what these cards are talking about. Wow, I feel like this is a big month for you, Capricorn. So let's dive in deeper here. So Queen of Wands, first card out. We got the Ten of Pentacles, Four of Pentacles. Yeah, this is holding on to like hard to, again, the old way. You're like, nope, this is what I know. This is how I've done it. And I'm not going to change. But you're going to have to here. Here it is, Seven of Wands. There's resistance to change. You're resisting a new way of being, again, interacting in the world. You like the old, very pentacly, this is how I've lived my life. This is how I was, programmed to live by my family and when I was a child. It's kind of like, you know what? You get up, you do the routines, you have the cup of coffee, you pay the bills, you mow the grass. You have connections and you have friends, but there's this level of you need to go deep. Like you're diving deep into a new level of intimacy with yourself and with life. And it's time to, I'm hearing almost like spice things up for you, Capricorn. Queen of Cups. Yeah, going into the emotional space, learning how to communicate too in a new way. And that's going to be way different for you. And it's going to bring a lot of anxiety up for you, Capricorns, because you tend to, I'm getting for some of you, when you communicate, it's very surface level, right? When I communicate with my spouse, we talk about the details, the tangibles, what do you think? It's never about what do you feel? And this is where you need to ask yourself, Capricorn, what do I feel? How am I feeling? And you're going to start telling people, which is probably not normal for you. This is how I feel about this. I don't feel good about this anymore. I don't feel good about how, our relationship functions anymore. And then here's the Two of Wands. So you are making a very conscious decision to go towards something and to do things that really, I'm hearing, light your fire, that really make you happy, that feel good for you. And that's the key here, feel good for you. I almost see myself saying that statement to you, what feels good to you, Capricorn? And you're like, feels good to me. You're like, well, again, going back, you tend to go back to your head. Not everything's going to feel good to me. And that's true. But I think you tend to go to the extreme of again, you focus on the to-do list and the checklist and the roles everyone has always played. And, let's leave feelings out of it. Feelings get us complicated. And also, I don't feel comfortable. Okay, let's go. So this is what's going on kind of under the surface here. So let's see what's going on for you We have the Five of Swords, control. This is really about learning how to release control. Three of Pentacles, Page of Wands. This is to how do we work together in a new way that works for everybody? Not just, I kind of feel like the way you've done things, you've controlled things, you kind of took the lead, maybe in your family, at work, whatever it is. But it's like, does this function? And I think that's what's really coming up too for you, is like, this doesn't work for me. Like, I've done it because that's just how we've always done it. And maybe other people either, you know, don't contribute, or you felt like they were incapable. But this is about working together in a new way. And it's going to have to start from somewhere. Page of Wands. Like, it's going to be new. There's going to be some learning, and how do I approach this? And like, but you're getting new ideas here. You're getting new ideas about how to do things. And that's good. Seven of Cups, Judgment, Lovers. Again, decision point. There is some sort of decision here for you in October. It's like a crossroads with Judgment. The Judgment is about crossroads, or like being forced to make a decision about something. I definitely feel like there's been some confusion in regards to some aspect of your life or a situation. And Judgment comes in to finally bring clarity and clear things up. So we have 10 of Wands, too much baggage for too long, Six of Pentacles, imbalance, and Eight of Swords. I don't think you've seen, it's like you finally, it's like the universe finally blowing your why can't I think of the word? Your blindfold. I feel like you've kind of lived your life and you haven't seen, it's almost like you've been in denial about something. You don't want to look at it. You kind of don't see it as negative. But I feel like this could be a relationship or a situation that you've really been crumbed. Or there's a big imbalance here about how much you give versus what you get back from other people. This could be, again, a relationship, your family. You tend to do everything here. You do a lot. You take it all on. You take everyone's baggage on. When everyone has an issue, they come to you to fix it, to solve it, for money. It could run the gamut. It could run the gamut here. And it's left you very feeling stuck, unappreciated, unfulfilled. And you're finally like doing something about it here. This could be a job where you, again, give, you know, do more with less, and you do it. And you haven't been, you know, incentivized or appreciated or paid, you know, compensated for this. And it's finally like, I feel like the blindfold comes off with the Judgment here. I'm just going to get one for the Eight of Swords. Yeah, it could be someone in leadership. This could be a spouse that, again, you're not seeing them for who they really are, but this spouse is really stuck in their ways. It could be a boss, but stuck in their ways. Very old school, traditional. Stuck in these, like, it could be gender roles or just like, hey, I'm the boss, you're below me type of mentality. This is how I'm going to run the show, and you just have to accept it. And you overcoming this. You're going to overcome this. You're going to have to get some courage up to make a decision or to do something about this finally. And that's coming in October. Just going to see, what's this choice? What's this decision? Do you follow, right? The choice is, do you follow what they're telling you to do? because the Hierophant is about tradition, you know, again, like a higher up. It's like, in the Hierophant, it's kind of like the Pope. So it's like someone's telling you this is the way it is, or you need to follow these rules, whatever it is, the way things have been. And it's like you choose to not do this anymore. But I feel like with Temperance, it's almost again like you don't have to do anything to figure this out. I feel like it's just going to come out of nowhere, right? The universe judgment here. It's just like all of a sudden something happens and the universe is like kind of allowing, the universe is controlling how this flows and the outcome here. And you just have to kind of follow how you feel. Yes, so you have the Two of Wands and Three of Wands, which when those two show up in a spread together, it's almost, the Two of Wands is like you putting out there what you want. And then the Three of Wands is it coming in. So this could all change because of deep down, you've been kind of asking and wanting something different or wanting something specific, and it's going to happen. This could also be for some of you in regards to like a marriage or a long-term commitment and a resetting of expectations about what doesn't work for you, what needs to change in regards to the relationship. And that's kind of your decision point of like, I'm not good with how this functions or how this has been. Again, I feel like this has been going on a long time. So it's kind of out of the blue for you that all of a sudden you're like, no, this doesn't work for me. And I have cards flying everywhere. So pardon me while I try and pick these up. So yeah, Capricorns, an interesting, again, change here. Something has to change, and I think you know it. So let's see, what's on the other side of this decision? That's so crazy. I think I asked the same thing. So I was saying, what's on the other side of this change or this like decision? And I did the same thing for Sagittarius, and they got the same card. I would recommend watching the Sagittarius reading. You may be dealing with the Sagittarius. So what do we have? We have Aries showing up, Aries, Leo, Taurus, and Libra. Gemini. Yeah, those signs. So you might be dealing with one of them. So on the other side of this is I think there's some really deep withheld anger or resentment that needs to you need to process. And part of the processing is to express it. Is to really, there's this allowing yourself to feel this stuff. Like before you'd be like, well, I can't, anger's not good. And that again, to me, stems from some sort of belief back when you were a child that maybe your parents or guardians or whoever in your life had a certain perspective on anger and it wasn't good, and you didn't angry people, being angry wasn't, right, and it was bad, and it was a bad emotion. Yeah, it's like, again, the status quo. It's just like the status quo for a long time. And it's like you kind of just out of the blue are like, it's like, it's like going through just like an enlightenment, like out of nowhere. Yeah, there's this new realization of I want new connections. I want different connections that are more balanced and harmonious and fulfilling and deep. So on the other side of this could be better deeper connections and improving relationships, and also improving communication, I feel, overall. Okay, interesting. Big stuff, Capricorn. Well, take care this month. Like literally, based on the reading. Take care. Yeah, have a good October. Let me know how this resonates with you. And I'll see you in the next reading.